Hi everyone, in this session we are going to understand what is Node.js project. So in this session we are going to need the why of the Node.js project. Then we are going to understand what is the package manager or the NPM for the utilization. Then we are going to see the different commands of it. So in order to see the commands we should have the basic knowledge of them, and finally the project structure. So when we work into the industry we can have project of any kind. So when we are working into the project, we should know what's the basic project, what are the files we should look for, and how we can build the project. So as a DevOps engineer, you should have the basic knowledge of how the project structure looks like. So let's understand it into the depth way. So Node.js is an open source cross-platform. It runs on the JavaScript environment that allows developers to run JavaScript on the server side. So basically, Node.js is built on the JavaScript for the utilization. That's why it can be utilized for front end, back end, and every kind of application for the utilization. So as it based on the JavaScript is utilizing V8 as a script engine from the JavaScript. The same engine that powers Google Chrome and the for the fast and efficient execution of code. So that's why as it is based on the JavaScript, this is way faster than the utilization and efficient into the working. It works well with each and every tool for the utilization. So it's a full-fledged utilization for the working. So its main uses is the web server. So building the web server, server-side application such as REST APIs, web servers can be utilized with the Node.js. Then moreover, real-time application like using the interaction chat application. So in which you require the fast processing. So let's say text messages, which is go through and fro into the utilization. So in such situation, you are going to make use of the Node.js. Then the microservices. So it helps in creation of the microservices architecture for the utilization. That's why Node.js is one of the most widely utilized language into the market. Now let's understand how the Node.js project is going to be utilized. So in order to utilize any coding language for the working, we require somewhere the package or the libraries needs to be installed, right? So the libraries are provided by the NPM. So NPM is a default package manager for the Node.js, which helps in facilitating the management of packages, dependencies, and scripts. So all the packages, scripts, and dependencies that are available for the use case can be directly downloaded from the NPM. So NPM plays a key role in acting as a package manager for the utilization. Now let's understand few of the common commands. So the first command is the npm init. So npm init initializes the entire project by creating package.json file. So package.json file is the file that has all the required dependency of the project. Then if we have to install the dependencies, so you have to use npm install. So all the listed dependencies into the package.json gets installed into it. Now we have npm run that helps in define packages or the dependencies to run, build, and test as per the working. And the finally is the npm publish to create a package out of it. So this is how the end-to-end working goes on. So these are the basic commands that one should know for the utilization. Now let's understand the project structure about it. So taking an example, my name of the project is my Node.js SPA. So this is my project name. So in this we have several folders available. The public folder is the one which has all the web page based content. Now the source is the how the code is written out. Then test is having the test cases. And as I told, as you use npm install, the package.json is very much important. So it is having all the dependencies. So this is how the entire project is look like, and this is how you are going to make use of it. So every section that is related to the npm is going to be based on it. Then we have the readme file that you can add as per your requirement. So this is the basic project structure. The public file that is shown to the public source, how the code is working at the backend, then the test cases and the package JSON for the dependencies. That's how the Node.js project works out into the utilization. So that's all from this video. Thanks a lot. Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to understand what it is agent. So this is one of the greatest functionality of the GitLab into the Kubernetes side. So rather than we adding the kube config file into the working, we can directly manage the things through the agent. So agent helps in keeping the things more secure.
This is one layman terms, like if we don't want to add the kubeconfig files or don't want to add the context files into it, we can directly use the agent for the working, hence making it much more secure for the utilization. So this is one of the great functionality that Kubernetes and the GitLab offers for the integration side. Now let's understand more about the agent into the working. So it's a tool that facilitates seamless integration between GitLab and Kubernetes, enabling the management of Kubernetes cluster directly from the GitLab. So in this, we just have to install the agent into our cluster to get the things rolling. So in the cluster, if we have our GitLab agent for the use case, then we can manage them directly without making any further dependency on it. So what are its key features? GitOps workflow. So it supports the GitOps, the Git operations practices by allowing synchronization of Git repository with the Kubernetes cluster. So if you are making any changes into your Git repository or the GitLab repository, it is gonna directly reflecting into the Kubernetes cluster. Like if you are updating your files and committing the changes into the GitLab, then it is gonna be directly changed into the Kubernetes cluster. Then secure communication. As we are not storing any kubeconfig file or anything other than that, it establishes secure communication between GitLab and Kubernetes cluster. Real-time observability. So we do have the information what's the actual requirement and the actual status of the Kubernetes with the Kubernetes agent. It keeps on sending the real-time updates with the utilization. Moreover, environment management simplifies the management of different environments across the multiple Kubernetes cluster. So whether we are working into a normal dev environment or test environment or any prod environment, it can be easily managed using the Kubernetes agent for the utilization. Let's understand the workflow, how we can set up the agent. So first of all, you have to install the Kubernetes agent in your cluster using the help or the Kubernetes manifest. So all those commands are provided in the direct for the use case. You can just use those commands directly to install the agent. Then the registration. So after that, you have to create or generate a tokens for the secure communication. So in order to create the communication, a token is generated automatically that can be utilized for the secure communication. Then in order to utilize the agent directly with your Kubernetes cluster, we have to create a configuration file. So that holds the information which project access we want to give. So we have installed the agent. Now we want to specify which project access we want to provide. Then synchronization works then the agent pulls all the configuration from the repository and applies them to the cluster. Then monitoring and feedback of how the things are working at the cluster end, and it is going to update into the GitLab with the status and the health check. So that's the current workflow into the GitLab agent and the Kubernetes. So the main components are the agent server in which the Kubernetes cluster and the communicates with the GitLab. So all the agent server are going to send updates about the cluster into the GitLab side. Then the configuration repository which specify all the Kubernetes manifest file which is going to be utilized, the project access. Then the agent configuration file that tell us the behavior of the agent and resources it manages. So all those things functionality are being available into the GitLab. And it's the great functionality in which we provide the secure communication without requiring of the kubeconfig file directly. So in the industry, it plays a huge role in getting the things done at the easier end and the secure end. The benefits of the using the Kubernetes agents are very much. So the main is for the security side. Then let's see the enhanced security. It is pull-based approach, reducing the risk for external access to the cluster. So all the information are fetched by the agent then provided to the GitLab. Simplified management. Centralized control over the multiple Kubernetes cluster within the GitLab. So if we have to manage any different kinds of cluster, we can install multiple agents using the GitLab, and all those can be accessed through the single point of view, which is your GitLab. Improve collaboration. So teams can collaborate on Kubernetes configuration using the GitLab version control and the CI/CD features. All those functionality can be achieved directly from the GitLab side. Scalability. So all the large management, complex environment with the multiple cluster can be achieved through it. We have to just install the agent and get the things rolling out. So this is the great functionality that GitLab is offering in the industry with the Kubernetes side. So that's how we are going to manage the things and going to see in the coming session. That's all from this video. Thanks a lot.
Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to understand the importance of Java project, what it is, and how we are going to utilize it. Secondly, we are going to understand the use case with the Maven and the commands, and finally the project structure. So this is how we are going to understand the Java project. So let's start with it. So Java is a high-level object-oriented programming language known for its portability, scalability, and robustness. So Java is one of the most widely used programming language into the entire world. So whether it's a mobile-based application, web-based application, or anything, Java is somehow involved in each and everything because of the enterprise solution it provides at a better level. So it is widely used for enterprise level application. So if you're looking for something big, so if you have to manage the things over the enterprise level, then this is the language to look out for. So let's understand the key characteristics and use cases. So it is widely used in the web application where the robustness of the server-side application is required, including the enterprise level. And secondly, it's API based. So developing RESTful APIs that serve as a backend for various applications, including the SPS. So it is widely used into the application where the API is must. Now, understanding the enterprise solution when the usage is at a larger scale. So, if the large scale usage is required, such as healthcare, finance, e-commerce, then Java is the solution for it. Moreover, Java and Maven is a powerful build tool for the automation and it generally helps in making project management for the Java project. So, Maven is most widely used for building the Java based application. So the other alternative of the Maven out there is Gradle. So those are the build tools available for the Java based languages. It simplifies the process of building, testing, and managing the application Java by providing centered or the standardized project structure and dependency management. So in order to build the Java project for Maven, you should have pom.xml file available into your system. Let's understand few of the Maven commands. So the first command is gonna be Maven clean install. So this command makes sure the directory is clean and after that it compiles, tests and packages the application into a deployment format. Then the Maven test. So it's used for unit tests for the particular project. Now the Maven clean package it's packs the entire application into the .jar or .var based on the requirement of the application. Like jar is a Java executable files and the var is web application based files. Now let's understand benefits of using Java into the SPS. So the main usage is scalability. So it's highly used for the large scale like enterprises for the working because of the robust performance and once efficient project management makes it possible to scale backend services for SPS. So that's why Java is most widely used into the each and kind of application. Modularity. So it's object oriented, so it can be divided into the similar or the small modulars based on the requirements for the maintainable code, which is crucial in large scale application. As it is one of the most widely used programming language right now into the market, so it's highly available with the integrations available with different tools and libraries into the market, so it's highly compatible. Now let's understand the project structure. So for the Maven based project, the pom.xml is going to be your key file. So key file as in all the dependencies are being available into the pom.xml files. So this is how the pom.xml is going to be working out. Then you have a source folder. Source folder is going to be how your code structure is available. Then you have resources which is related to the images and the details of the resources that is being used. Now web app is the application or the web page visibility. So it has the your vec.xml index JSP for the working. Then the finally the test stage. Then in this you have generally the JUnit test for the utilization to make sure to understand how the testing is gonna work for. So this is the entire structure of your project for the utilization. So that's a quick overview of how the Java based applications are utilized and what's the important of which file. So that's all from this video. Thanks a lot.